is going on? Having a vodka, a soda water tonight. Guess I gotta get to the comments. Vodka, no, vodka, not vodka soda water, just vodka water. Yeah, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? How's everybody doing on this beautiful, what is it, Saturday? I don't even know what day it is anymore. Saturday, I think, evening donkey. I love that. I need to get shirts made that say like donkey, like right here, and then like with an arrow pointed up, right? Donkey. Who doesn't like to call themselves a donkey? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine, like I said, Saturday night? We got the Facebook crew rolling, we got the YouTube crew rolling, kind of doing everything tonight. So Thomas, hello. Thomas was my neighbor when I used to go down to Florida there for 3 months. Stormy, what's up, Stormy? Just watched the boat video. Love the new boat. Yeah, I'm super pumped with the new boat. Not gonna lie, it's pretty deadly. Happy Easter, Clayton. Sir, enjoy the channel. Thanks very much, James. Other than the snowy spring, it's a decent Easter weekend, right? Like, holy crap, the snow this year has been unreal. Jesse Baker, how's the hand? Well, I got my red ball in my hand, and I'll probably end up showing this for a few nights, but I know or a few times during this live chat, but I made a post on my last YouTube where I made a thing, I talked about it. So you can see how with my left hand I can take this, I can squeeze it like perfectly, like right. With my right hand right now, I can't squeeze it. If I put my fingers all together, I can kind of, if I go like that, I can squeeze it. If I try to go like this, I've got no strength. I got something going on in these two fingers right here. A little bit of they're swollen in here, and I don't know what the deal is yet. All the doctors keep doing is just shoving different meds down my throat instead of like sending me to a specialist or anything, which is Tuesday. I have another appointment. I'm going to be demanding to be sent somewhere like for a hand ultrasound or something like that, because I don't know what's going on, but it's not good. I could probably hold a rod now. I'm sure if I had to, like, I could live through the pain or whatever in that sense. But like 2 weeks ago, not even, probably a week and a half ago, I wasn't even sleeping at night. I had so much pain. It was unreal. It was mind blowing, like mind blowing. That's just, yeah. And I know, like, yeah, typical doctor saying it's like, I get it. They have it, it's not easy to diagnose something, right? Like, a car mechanic needs to sometimes go through the process to diagnose it a little bit, right? And figure it out. But it's like, if you don't know, shouldn't you try to point them somewhere to where? So how did the change, or how come the change from Alumacraft to Starcraft? So I answered this question on either a YouTube comment, I think, or a Facebook comment, but basically was ready to get a new boat here at some point. And last January, not this past January, I like emailed like Alumacraft and see if they wanted to like work together. This was this past summer, so summer of 2021, and I wasn't looking for a new boat or anything like that, right? Like, I was just looking to start the conversation in that sense. And I literally got back like a 1-line reply. It was like, sorry, we already have our team filled for this year. Like, thanks for nothing, basically. It was like not even like, hey, let's chat, let's talk about the future. It was just like, that's it. So I'm like, holy cow, I'm like, that's it. So I decided to explore some other options. And once I found the Starcraft boat, I was like, wow, I was like, this boat's really nice, like really, really nice. So I decided to call up Starcraft or email and see if they'd be interested, and they were, and we were able to put some kind of small deal together. Like, I still did pay for the boat, but just obviously at a discounted rate. So yeah, so that's kind of why I was looking to switch. Like, if Lumacraft wanted to work with me in some way, I probably would have been all about like wanting to stay on that brand. But yeah, so MRI for soft tissue. Yeah, that's exactly. We got to do some kind of MRI, something like that. Like, I don't know if it's a nerve issue or like it's been swollen. So there's obviously some like I've got problems with my joints, like maybe like an arthritis thing going on or something like that. But I did have like an injury to strain it, like, right. So yeah. Are you a part owner of Catch and Cook now? No, I am not a part owner of Catch and Cook. I just support Jay and Josh because they're both good friends and I like the product. And kind of funny, I have a special guest coming here at 8 o'clock You guys might know who he is, but I wonder if he's gonna be wearing the same hat. It's gonna be so funny. Thank you, Mike B, for the super sticker and then the super chat there. We should have a shot for you there, my friend. We're having some apple pie. Apple pie. A physiotherapist is better than a doctor. That's, you know what? I have a physiotherapist person that I should go to in Regina. I'm going to book an appointment and maybe they can kind of give me some heads up. Like things, it's not all negative. Like I said, at one point I couldn't even make a fist. Now at least I can make a fist, right? Like so. I just got to keep pushing forward. I'm like working this red ball loss, trying to work it, and all that and everything. So yeah, cheers. Thank you for the super sticker and the super chats. Much appreciated. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Drinking straight Wisers here. No, it's apple pie moonshine. Yeah, see, people know apple pie. We want some more catch and cooks. I know. Right now, I'm in the middle of like even my seasons. I'm starting to get the boat ready. I still could be ice fishing, but we need to figure this problem out. So first, so we'll get her dealt with. We'll figure it out. Come to South Dakota and put on a show. I'd like to get to South Dakota at some point. Is this party mode, Clayton? Heck yeah, party mode. Having a drink, right, Blake? Cheers. When do I head north for the summer? End of May. Hydration is key. Yes. Up north is May 25th or May 26th, something like that. Still have ice. Yeah, there's so much ice still. When are you gonna make your own lures? I don't know. I would like to do something like that eventually. Um, I just don't know when something like that would happen. I'd like to do something like that, right? Like it'd be really good to kind of um, um, trying to, let's see, trying to like branch, like not just my name, but like uh, almost like a different revenue source, right? Like with all of like the tackle and that kind of stuff, right? Like it's so hard. I would like to do something like that. It just takes a lot to do it. Why won't you work with people on trying new tackle they make? I don't know what you're talking about, Dwayne. I do try to work with some people. It's just so hard to work with everybody, right? Like my inbox gets filled with people that want to like, here, can I send you a lure? Can I send you a lure? And it's like I can only do so much, right? Like it's so hard to work with everybody. And then I also have like companies that I'm working with and I should give them priority when it comes to that stuff, right? Like it's so hard. I support all of the new people like that are trying to get into the tackle industry for sure. And I have helped out people in the past. It's just hard to help everybody. And some comment or some people I respond to, some I just haven't had time to, or some I get missed and stuff like that. So yeah, that's not like it's not that I don't want to, it's just hard. It's really hard. I consider speaking to a chiropractor. I did go to a chiropractor already. Our son had an issue with his ankles, and the chiro worked wonders. I did go to chiro there, and he kind of got me in line again in that situation. So um, we'll see if I don't know that hasn't helped yet. And that was like 2 weeks ago yet. So hey Brett, I haven't had the new boat in the water yet. We still have like 3 feet of ice here on most of our lakes. It's a Starcraft Tiller 188T. It's called. It's a Delta series. It's a lot like the boats we run at the lodge, just a different brand in that sense. A little bit higher casting deck too and stuff. So it's nice. I'm pumped for it. Jim, what up, big guy? Sorry to hear about your hand. Hope you figure it out and heal up fast. I know, Jim. I appreciate it, my friend. I hope I heal up fast too because I do want to. Like I said, I could hold the rod again and fish, but like at one point it was like I couldn't even pick up a fish anymore with this hand or hold a rod or anything. It was not good, not good at all. Do you think there are Lakers in Morond? I have no idea, Terry. I don't know. I'm sure there's some, but I don't think there's a lot. Would you ever consider getting into spearing and doing some episodes in that? The spearing thing isn't really my cup of tea type of thing, especially since I like to release the bigger fish. So would I spear a fish to eat? For sure I would, right? Like I think it'd be really cool in that aspect, but I don't really want to spear a fish just for like the whole point or the whole like game of spearing them. It's just not my thing. I'm nothing against the guys that do it, but if we had those in our bodies of water, I think our fisheries would really hurt. If you could design a frostbite rod, what would it be? Geez, honestly, I've had input and helped with all of like the rods. Like some of them are designed right. Like they'll when they want to come up with a new rod or whatever, I have some input in it already. So some of the rods you see, like the Slugger, the Mister Big, that kind of stuff is like that's Aaron obviously has like the final say a lot and stuff like that, but he always asks our opinions about how to design everything or what we'd like to see as fishermen too. So a lot of those rods are already my input. So have you tried the Savage Gear Walleye Squad Rod series? I've only tried the Squad series for the trolling rod out of Savage Gear, but I have seen the Squad Walleye rods recently at Pokies when I was there, and I was very impressed. Very impressed. So even Carter picked them up. He's like, "This is really nice." So they look really good. They're gonna be for a lower priced rod in that sense, right? It's just over like $100. So yeah, they're a good rod. Would you ever consider showing you to clean a fish in your catch and cook videos? Yes, Ryder, that's something I definitely want to do more of, especially pike fishing. I would like to do more of the, how to clean a pike properly. It's something I have a lot of experience with, and I'd like to do some more of that at some point. Um, Stratic 2500 versus Stratic 3000. You know what? It's surprisingly enough, the 25 to the 3000 is a pretty big change in your drag. The 3000's got a lot more pound foot of drag. So I'll use a 3000 when I'm fishing for like lake trout and maybe even for pike, but like I don't like to use the 2500 for lake trout and pike unless I kind of have to. I'd prefer to use the 3000, but the 2500 would work. But when you're starting to like deal with big lakers, the change from a 2500 to a 3000 is insane. The drag, the foot pound on it is insane. Go Leafs. Does Toronto still have a hockey team? Oh, just kidding. Hey, Clayton, what onboard charging system do you use for your Dakota lithium batteries? I'm using the Minn Kota Smart Precision charger. It's a 3 bank. I've talked with Minn Kota and Dakota both, and they work with those with the batteries and the charger. So yeah. Did you hurt your hand clocking Weeby? No, I didn't have to knock Weeby out. So yeah. Would you ever consider doing some crappie fishing videos? I would like to do some crappie fishing at some point. I really, really would. It's just they're pretty far away from me. So convince Jay and Aaron and the Conrads to do another 39 hours, right? Best way to store a sled for the summer. I think the biggest thing with a sled, storing it for the summer, is if you can get it anything that's enclosed, and if you can't, get a good couple tarps on it type of thing is always a good way. So, so the question is more rods, wheels, more. So the question is more rods, wheels, or doors in your house. In your house, more, definitely more rods than anything else in my house. Definitely. How do I become a member? Ryder? You can. There's a little. Should be a join button somewhere there on Facebook where you can join there. Not on Facebook, sorry, on YouTube. On the bottom there'll be a little join button. It's hard to find on your phone, but I know it does show up on YouTube there on a computer or maybe even an iPad. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What is a good affordable ice fishing jigging walleye combo? I would say a pretty good like affordable. You're gonna get for under $200 would be either a Frostbite True Grit or a Smoke Show with a 500 series reel, and I was been using a Shimano Sahara. That's a pretty good little setup. Is there a new video dropping soon? I'm in the middle of filming some more boat install videos, so I'm thinking maybe Monday or Tuesday there should be another video dropping. And during that boat install, I'm also going to be talking a little bit about spring walleye fishing and some of the rods that I'll be using for early season. So, how do you store your otter flips and hubs? I dry them out really, really, really good first. I'll let them sit in the sun for a day. And then I like to use balanced fabric sheets and I put some in the compartments and everywhere like that just to keep the mice away. And then I'll store it in dry storage somewhere where there's not going to be any sun on it, any elements, anything like that. So I keep mine sometimes in my sled trailer. This year I'll be keeping it in a heated shop area for everything. So Smoke Show is an awesome rod. When is normal ISO for you guys? Usually like in the southern region, that like end of April, like almost this time, you'd start to see some some open water, but we're still like 2-3 feet of ice. Our season opens May 5th in the south, and it's going to be so close. I'm thinking I'm going to have to probably go down and fish some bass for largies at Estevan if I want to um, be fishing opening day, I think. And obviously I got to have this thing healed too. I'm hoping I don't need surgery. I just want somebody to tell me it's like, just, it's a tendon or something like that, and just like you just got to keep working and just it'll come around. So it takes a long time for tendons to heal. So I did feel like a really like a weird electricity shock, like go from the tips of my fingers all the way to my elbow twice. So yeah, Dace and Ice will be off late. They will be. Remember, if I missed any of your questions, feel free to ask them again there. I saw my cousin said, hey, Clay, nice to see you live. Hi, Sherry. Hope all is well with you guys. Heated throttle grip for the win. Heck yeah. Open water jigging, Laker jigging tips. The biggest thing with open water Lakers for jigging is being able to move around a little bit and a slow drift. I know there's some lakes that say that, or they like to like anchor down, like chum, chum, chum. I prefer to hunt for them though. I prefer to like sharpshoot for Lakers, just like walleye in that sense, right? Like find the marks, drop on top of them. Heavy jigs I find to be the best, like a 2-ounce tube jig, something like that. Get right on top of them and then like let it pound on the bottom and then just like pop it and then let it fall. Pop it, let it fall, and probably like a foot to 3 foot pops, and then do a slow retrieve up. And that tube jig will come up like this, it'll spin, and those Lakers will come right underneath it and crush it. Obviously, every lake's different, but what's a good support pole for a GoPro or a camera on the boat? Mike, you want an easy cam post, and I don't know where they get them anywhere, where to like buy them anymore because they're not online. But if you send me a message, Mike, I can try to get you in contact with a guy that has them. He still has the easy cam posts. I don't even know how many he has right now for inventory, but it's a couple thousand for sure. He has left, but that is, easy cam post. That is like what you want for sure, 100%. And it goes on one of your seat pedestals. What do you think about the Canadian Tire plastics for a win? I haven't used any of the Canadian Tire plastics. I couldn't tell you. Gonna run Mega Live on a trolling motor? No, I'm gonna put mine on a pole system. I prefer to have it on a pole for sure. Best is when you hook a big Laker so your buddy reels up so fast and gets the net and you double up. Totally. That happens so often too. So often. What does your GM get for fuel mileage? I really don't know in terms of for mileage. I usually, like when I'm pulling my trailer, it's like 20 liters for every 100 kilometers. So not the best when I'm pulling. When I'm not pulling, I get anywhere between like 13 to 16 type of thing. New competition, one hand Clay versus Jay. This time it's fair. Yeah, exactly, right? Give Jay a chance. So speaking of Jay, my special guest should be coming soon. What electronics you prefer for the new boat, Humminbird and Minn Kota? Yeah, I'll be running Humminbird and Minn Kota stuff this year. At least that's what I'll be starting with for sure. So you'll have to name the new boat. I don't know about naming a boat. I don't know. That's never really been my thing about naming a boat. I'm just gonna name it Boat. What's your boat's name? It's Boat. It's Boat. I saw another question there. I wanted to. Have you asked the doctors about carpal tunnel? I have, and they says it's not that related to that at all. So I hope that isn't the case, but if it is, at least I know there's surgery for that kind of stuff. So yeah, gut bucket. I can't name my boat that. Opinion on Garmin electronics. Garmin makes, I really like the live scope stuff. Like it's unreal. I think their mapping and their side imaging and stuff is a little bit farther behind, even 2D, but the live scope stuff is really good. There's no doubt about it. Clayton, hello, sir. Good day. Well, hello to you. Hello. It's a boot. Oh, sharpshooting Lakers with large bondy baits or large blade baits. Yeah, I read that as bondy baits, but it said large blade baits. Big bondy baits are really good for Lakers too. Is Jay gonna name his baby after you? I think he should. I really think he should. And I know that it's like his babies do like literally like the day before my birthday. So if the baby's born on my birthday, I think he has to name it Clayton, right? Like I think that's the only, it's just a sign. Like, how could you not, like, yeah, it'd be awesome to have a birthday the same day as Jay's boy. It'd be the best. I could always hold it on Jay somehow. It'd be the best. I could see Jay now. Sam, hold it in. Don't you dare. Sam, wait. You gotta wait till the 14th. Have you ever been snakehead fishing? Great getaway. I've never been. Uh, snakehead fishing. Shout out to Declan. Hi, Declan. Hope you're doing good, little buddy. Tell your dad to get you out fishing, and tell your dad that I'm the better fisherman too. It's bad luck to have a boat without a name. Name it Jenny, like Forrest Gump named his. Should I name my boat Cindy? I'll name my boat Jay. I run the G4N Helix 9 with Mega SI and DI linked with the Altera. That sounds pretty deadly. April is the worst month. What month all year? Yeah, up here it's like it is horrible for like, it's I could still be ice fishing if I go further up north, but like down in the southern zones you can't do anything, and it's going to be so tight if we have open water by May 5th. Are you going to be using the Savage Gear rods again? Yes, I am. Last year was like my trial with them. I wanted to see what they were all about, right? And I put in a pretty big order to downsize all of my like Shimano stuff and everything like that, and Loomis stuff. I was that impressed with the Savage Gear stuff. Pretty pumped for it. When is the best time of year for sharpshooting walleyes? I find that for like the best time to sharpshoot walleyes is usually around that like end of June, July period. August can be good too. They just go a little bit deeper in that sense. Got to be a little bit more careful, but you can sharpshoot them in early season too, but you just need to use a different electronics in terms of side imaging, down imaging, or not down imaging, live imaging, stuff like that. I think it's going to be a pile of fun in that sense. So maybe you won't like mark them as much, but it'll be like turn your live image like, yeah, they're that way, and like cast out, and then that's a different type of sharpshooting. So Marcus, cheers, Clayton, and congrats on the new boat. It's a bummer the new ones don't come with windshields. Good one, dude. I like it. I know, right? See? Yeah, you got on there that, Cindy's probably listening to this, and she laughed at that when she watched it. So I'm glad you got that joke. That's awesome. Thanks for the super chat, Marcus. It's very, very appreciated for sure. We'll have a shot of apple pie for you. Cheers. Cheers. Pretty good, hey? Having a Last Mountain Distillery cup. Those are shooter glass. Those are neat. My buddy Norm gave them to me. Speaking of which, Norm texted me yesterday. I forgot to call him back. I need a better schedule. I need a secretary. Secretary, tell me to call Norm tomorrow. What do you think of? I'm not. That's just a weird question because that's not cool. So we're going to just skip by that one. Did you guys get pounded by the recent blizzard this week? Yes, we did. Not as bad as you guys got, though, for sure. But we probably got, like, I'd say a foot and a half of snow, maybe a foot of snow, something like that. So, yeah. No, it wasn't. It's not good. It's not good. Sorry, I'm going to have to block you there, sir, even though I don't think that's cool at all. So, yeah. I'll be your secretary for free. Dayson, did you go to the Yorkton show, Dayson? Next year I'm going to be at the Yorkton show. Oh, I got a special guest coming right here. Right here. We're going to add him to the stream. There he is. Jay.
Just like that.
How am I going to listen to Jay? Let's see here.
Can you hear me?
You know what? I can. I just have to do this.
Can you a gamer now?
I'm a gamer now, yeah.
You need a gamer chair like me, though.
Oh, I know. You know what? Cindy bought me a chair for Christmas 2 years ago, and I haven't got it yet. So I know. This is what I added in all the time.
Are you wearing that hat just because I was joining?
No, I told Cindy I was already going to be wearing this hat, and I was like, is it going to be lame now that Jay's joining? And she's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. So I almost texted you, and I was like, don't wear your catch and cook hat. So I like the Costa hat. That's sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You can't even see my head because it's camo.
yeah.
I can't see any comments. Are you seeing them on YouTube or Facebook? Or?
Yeah, I have them on Facebook and YouTube. If you go to the live chat hangout on YouTube, you can at least see those ones for sure.
Hi, everybody.
And there's like a 10-second delay. So if you guys got questions for Jay, what's somebody give me a question for Jay, and we'll ask him the questions.
Well, if I say something like very out of line, you have the chance to cut it out before it goes live?
No, I mean yes.
Since
Yes.
that's what I like to do.
Yeah. Everybody's they're asking about the competition in October. I'm like, what competition in October?
What did you tell them?
I've really told nobody anything except for the fact that there was a couple of YouTube channels that had a competition together type of thing, and we competed already, and it's filmed, and it won't be shown till October.
We didn't really discuss as as a crew, as a collaborative of all the channels. We didn't really talk about what we could release and what we couldn't release. But yeah, I mean, the extent of it is like it's not 39 hours. I think people are thinking right away it's not 39 hours. Yeah, I don't really know. But I mean, basically it's like Clay versus Jay with a bunch of channels. I think that's safe to say. I don't think that's saying too much.
Yeah. I did like say in my pre-fishing video that it was 5 days, and it was like we were trying for 7 different species type of thing, right? But I never really said the format or any of that stuff. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Mike B wants to know how the rattle experience was. I after seeing that, Jay, like I was so creepy, and like I didn't want to show Cindy because she's petrified of snakes, right?
Oh man,
that must have been.
It was weird because it was like, luckily it happened on the last day of our trip and not the first day. Just to give you guys some context, if you haven't seen the video, I went to Arizona with my family on vacation, and on like our last day of the trip, my brother was packing up his bike. He loves to cycle, and he had his bike in a big box, and it was right by the door that went out to the pool. And I was just going back into the house, and as I was closing the door, I heard this noise, and it sounded like something rattling. I'm like, okay, well maybe it's. I didn't know what it was, and then I stopped for a second. I'm like, what's that noise? And then I heard the rattling again, and I like opened the door and stuck my head around the corner. There's a rattlesnake like 4 feet away, and I just screamed. Like, it's a good thing it wasn't on film, but I just shrieked.
That's so creepy.
Oh man, it was like, and then we looked at like what type of rattlesnake it is, because there's a bunch of different types, and it was like the most aggressive that attacks the most humans in Arizona, and it was just. After doing some more research, it turns out that rattlesnakes very rarely kill people. Like only if you get bit and you're by yourself in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, if that happened on the first day, I think Sam would have had a tough time sitting at the pool for the rest of the week. Because
that was so creepy, like so brutal, so brutal. Here's a good question, Jay. 580s or 400s for lenses? Now we probably think alike, but.
I think 580s is all I've worn. I don't even know if I've ever worn 400s. Like, so Clayton and I both got it at Wollaston, and Wollaston sells so many pairs of Costas, and that's how I got into it. And yeah, like I'm really hard on sunglasses, but Costas are they're the best. I don't know, different. You want different lenses. Like there's the green mirror, which is I think a popular one at Wollaston. I think that's probably what you wear a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think green mirror is like your safest all around. If you could only have one pair, green would be awesome. If you could have two, like you'd go to a blue mirror and then like a silver sunrise or something like that, right? Like two wider spectrums. Yeah,
like the blue whatever it's called. That one is what a lot of saltwater guys use for like very intense, super, super, super bright sight fishing days. But it's nice to have one pair for like, cloudy days and low light, and then one pair for like midday. I mean, they're an investment, but if you spend a lot of time on the water, it's like you don't second guess it. I mean, you have prescription shades, obviously, Clayton, so those are a little more expensive, but
yeah, I've always worn the green mirror for the longest time, and I always knew that the blue mirror lets in the least amount of light, basically, right? And the green mirror a little bit more, and then the silver sunrise even more. So yeah, it's a nice if you can have a mixture, but if you can only have one, I would say the green mirror.
So. One, they look cool.
Yeah, they do. They do look cool. Jay's vid, did Jay sneak off a one-hand cast while dropping the troll motor? Was girlfriend cast landing a massive muskie?
I didn't land a massive muskie. I think what he's referring to is I'm trying to think which one. No. I think that's when I was at Manitou Weather Station. I caught a small one, but man, there's another video coming out where it was last summer, and Sam and I were muskie fishing, and I was like letting her cast to the front, and with my Ultrex, it's a cable drive, so I kind of have to use the pedal, and I like have her squeezing in the front, and she'd been casting in the front like a champ, and she got tired and whatever, wanted to sit down. And the first spot she sat down, I went to the front and caught a big muskie. And it's just like, that's how it happens sometimes.
I love it. I love it. Here's a technical question, and I'm interested in what you do, Jay. Do you install an inline fuse for your Helix units, or do you just wire straight to the battery?
Well, I don't know. I was actually rewiring my snow machine graphs today, actually. I don't know. I feel like
I wire straight through. I really do.
Yeah.
I know you have a risk of like maybe melting the unit down.
I've never heard of a graph frying off of that. The only time I've ever fried graphs was a weird technical issue with my trolling motor, and it was plugged into the like universal sonar. I've never fried graphs off of just hooking them up to a battery.
I think if you have a situation where you have a longer power cord and it has a chance of rubbing in that sense, and it could spark like that, then you need to. But if you have a clean power source from your battery to your unit, I don't think it's necessary. Like, look, we run ice fishing units all winter.
Yeah.
That aren't fused.
Yeah.
So that's my how
I don't think you need it. I think like in an ideal world, you would have a dedicated battery and dedicated cables for every graph. I heard about someone doing that recently, and they said that they had one dedicated lithium battery for every live scope system, because obviously as soon as you add multiple things, it adds more interference.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not realistic to have that many batteries and that many chargers. So you double up, you triple up, whatever on the batteries, right? So
I always tend to like unplug my units too when I'm going to plug in my chargers, just to be safe on that end too, right? And I don't know if that ever make a difference, but I don't ever do that. So yeah, Stormy says right here, he says no fuse needed with DC power. So there you go. You don't need it. That's what I always figured. So
is your boat rigged, Clayton? Is your boat already?
It's like 25% rigged, I'd say 20.
How's your
hand? I showed everybody already, but like, so this is my left hand, right? I can do this. This is my right hand.
Oh, wow.
So it's starting to get a little better, but yeah, it's still like swollen and everything in here. And yeah, so if we did a Jay versus Clay, you might beat me right now. Maybe. I don't know. Is your
hand swollen or no?
Yes, it is. In here, it's swollen, and the knuckles, and then like a little bit into here, but that's about it. So yeah.
That's the worst. It's just like you never, you just take it for granted, and then something like that happens, and it just like debilitates you.
The second day of our competition, I fell on my elbow out of the trailer. And that night driving home, I felt like a shock go from my fingertips all the way to my elbow. And then it just got worse and worse and worse and worse as it went. So I don't know.
Did they x-ray your arm?
Yes, they did. They x-rayed my whole arm, my elbow, forearm, hand. There was no breaks or anything. So I almost at this point wish something would have been broken though. And be like, okay, that's the problem. We'll move on with it and figure it out. Right. Like, so yeah, it's the way she goes. It's the way she goes. Aren't you supposed to be going ice fishing somewhere here right away?
I was backing up tonight, actually.
Were you?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go north on Tuesday for one last hurrah. I'm going to Cormorant Lake, and then I'm going to Viking, and then I'm going to Grand Rapids.
And pike lake trout, or just pike, or pike walleye?
Probably just pike. I mean, there's walleye and bourbon and cormorant, so I mean, we'll see how it goes. Depends when I get out on the road too. But yeah, probably just pike the first 2 days, and then 2 days of walleye. And then I don't think I'll do any lake trout or Viking. I think I'll just do walleye.
No, very cool. Here's a good one, and I do have plans to visit. Any progress on the new property?
Oh man, yeah, we need to do an update video. We hired a property manager. Actually, Sam's uncle is like such a smart, handy guy. He used to work at Home Hardware in Kenora, and then he worked for a contractor. And now we said, hey, do you want to be the manager of this project? So Sam's uncle's like helping tie everything together, because in the video we kind of did a shout out asking if people wanted to be part of it, and we got some people helping out. But like, I'm just, all over the place, got different stuff on the go, and my other partners on it got lots of stuff on the go. So anyways, Mark is his name, Uncle Mark. He's kind of like the manager now. and we got final blueprints. We're ordering supplies. We got a bunch of wood already came in. So right now we're just waiting for the ice to melt, and then we're gonna barge it. We actually we might have a helicopter deliver some of the stuff.
Really?
So footage. I want to like get some drone footage of the helicopter putting the trusses on and stuff. But yeah,
very cool. I can't wait to come visit.
Yeah, Clayton will visit. Yeah, I mean, like,
I'm saving my muskie fishing for that.
That will be, dude. It's in like such a good. It's in like. That's why I'm so excited about the property, is because I'm excited to have a piece on Lake of the Woods, but like it's in such a good fishing area for everything. So it's like I'm pretty sure someone's gonna catch a muskie off our dock. It's gonna happen. But our goal right now is to have it finished like July 31st, around there, July 31st to somewhere in August. And then it's like, I don't think we'll rent it out this fall, but like if you came, or I'll probably film some stuff there to help promote it a little bit. And then next summer, I think it'll be open for guests. So that's, yeah.
I'm coming in the fall. I'm coming. You bet. Dason says you better get your fishing in now. Because then it's over.
So I was talking to Samuel with this about the baby, and I think we're gonna live on the lake again this summer once the baby's born. So that'll definitely improve my odds for still getting some fishing in. I'm picturing like slipping out at 5 a.m, fishing till noon, and then taking dad duties for a bit.
It's gonna be cool when you have Clayton and baby Clayton at the same time fishing together.
Clayton Jr.
Oh, I love it. I saw something else in here too. I wanted to look. I think it was spring pike fish. Yeah, open water. No, just open water pike. What's your favorite open water pike lure, Jay?
Oh, favorite open water pike lure. Oh man.
What if you could only have one lure to catch pike all season? What would it be? And you know what? And we'll go like this. We'll say you're going to be targeting bigger fish. We're gonna say dump it to all the smaller fish. You're just going after one bite a day.
A bucktail is really good. The only problem with a bucktail is like the fish have to be charging to eat a bucktail. When the fish are hammering, a bucktail is the best. But I think like, a jerkbait, you can work it really slow early in the season. You control it in the fall. So like I've had really good luck with some of the headbanger stuff. I mean, I've done a bunch of work with Headbanger, their sponsor. So obviously, I'm a little bit biased, but I think the Headbanger stuff's really good. I think a fly rod you can do, you can do a lot of damage to the fly rod, but it's just, you can't cover as much water. A bucktail, you can cover the most water, but when they're slow, you can't pause that bait. So some sort of big swim bait or jerk bait, whether it be a Headbanger or, whatever else, I think that's probably your I don't know, what would you say, Clayton? Like a swim bait or something?
I feel the same about the whole bucktail thing. Like if you could put like a booker tail in my hand all season, that's all you're going to throw, would be great. But so many times I'll pick up a glide bait, the side to side motion. And that's the ticket. Now, obviously it sucks because you can't be working it quick. You got to have like a nice controlled drift or working a slow area, right? Like you can't be pounding shoreline or whatever, but the side to side motion, a glide bait, back and forth. Yeah. Jay and Clay, the epic duo. Well, just Jay anyway. I was able to land my PB lake trout this winter because of your tricks, Clayton. Well, that's awesome. Appreciate that very much. Trying to find some more questions for you here. Hey, did Darcy go down to Florida this year? Do you know, for tarpon at all?
No, he didn't.
It didn't. I missed tarpon so much. We need to do that again, like in the worst ways.
It definitely needs to happen. Yeah.
No. Jay, do you do any live suckers for big minnows for walleye? Like any live minnow fishing?
I hadn't really done it too much. I went to a couple lakes east of Kenora, like Wabagoon Lake, it's called, in Dryden, and people basically said for whatever reason the fish in that lake, they like really big sucker minnows. My buddy Jaden told me that. I'm like, okay, I've never really used big sucker minnows, but I was like, I'm gonna try it. So I did like a 3-way rig, like basically a drop shot with a long leader, and then a big sucker minnow and a little treble hook. And there was fish that I saw in the live scope I could not get to eat with normal sized minnows or jigging wraps or anything. And I dropped down like a 5-inch sucker minnow, and that was the fish. So it's like, it's tough to argue with something like that. I mean, it sucks dealing with big bait like that, like keeping them alive. But there's like one instance that I don't know if you remember this moment, Clayton. This was in Florida. There's this school of mullet, and a mullet is like the most common bait fish in Florida. Tarpon eat them, sharks eat them, everything. But we went into this school of mullet we found, and there must have been 10,000 mullet, and they were just all balled up. And I hooked a mullet on, or whoever did, Clayton, and we casted it out. And even though there's 10,000 mullet, that one mullet that hooked through its back acted a little bit different. And the moment it hit the water, I think it was a shark or a jack crevalle ate it or something. And it's like fish can just tell when a bait's hooked differently, even if it's in a school of everything. Do you remember that? What I'm talking about?
100%. I remember.
Yeah, and it's just like that. That kind of changed my mindset on, even if you're around bait and using bait and stuff. It's just like fish sense when something's off.
Distress.
And that's just something I think of whenever I think of like how it triggers fish, because that shark could have eaten one of 10,000 baits, but as soon as that other bait came in, he had to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's kind of like a walleye that you have hooked. Pike don't like to eat walleye, but as soon as you have one on your line and the walleye is stressed out, pike come after it all the time, right? Like it's crazy in that sense. No, they just know. So I don't know what the proper way to rig is the live bait. Like for most of the stuff I do on Lake of the Prairies, I'll put like a hook, a little tiny treble hook, like in the top of its back, and just like let it swim around, right? Like I don't know what the proper way is when it comes to all that stuff. So
do you choose the questions that come up on
I can bring questions up here like onto the StreamYards part. Like Dason just says, is he talking about the mullet he has? That's awesome.
It's getting greasy, yeah.
You're so greasy. So greasy. Oh, there was another one here that was out to you. Jay, right here. Jay, what would be your dream fishing trip? Fishing anywhere in the world.
I would be fishing with Clayton on Lake of the Prairies.
No, that's a lie, Jay. People see right through
size walleyes.
Oh, I love eater walleyes.
Wow, dream fishing trip. I probably I would have probably said peacock bass in the Amazon, and I was very fortunate I was able to do that. I would say probably GTs, giant trevallies on the fly rod. I think that sounds pretty cool. Maybe golden dorado. I don't know, just something exotic. Xander's on my list. Xander feels a little more attainable just because it feels like there's lots of anglers in that neck of the woods, and it'd be a little easier to like connect with some of them. And I've kind of got some friends in that fish for Xander. So I think if I was shooting for the stars, it'd be GTs or golden dorado. But yeah,
I think the GT thing is on my list.
That'd
Peacock bass,
yeah.
Peacock bass would be too. So if you go back down for peacocks again, I'm coming with you. But GTs would be really cool for sure. I would like to do that again.
You gonna fly fish this summer, Clayton?
Yeah, hopefully. Are you doing more fly fishing?
Fly casting hand? That's your fly casting hand.
This is my fly, yeah. But if I lock my wrist, I should be okay,
Well, you should lock your wrist.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? If I do it properly, I should be okay.
Don't snap it.
Snap it, Hank Patterson. You gotta snap it. You gotta meet Hank Patterson, hey.
I met Hank Patterson. I was leaving the fly fishing the film awards, and I was like, that's probably the closest I've ever been to actually being starstruck. It was just like, there's Hank Patterson. If you don't know who Hank Patterson is, he makes these hilarious YouTube fly fishing like skits. They're like they're somewhat scripted. I'm sure he's ad-libbing some of it, but he is just hilarious. And I don't know, Aaron and I and Clayton, we've just quoted Hank Patterson stuff over the years, and I was just like, it's Hank. So I talked to him a little bit, and I was like, Hank, if you want to come fly fishing, we could cut a big hole in the ice. You can cast your fly rod. I mean, he entertained me saying like, yeah, that was a good idea, but I don't know if he actually was just being nice.
That would be funny. He is pretty cool. Like, I'm actually surprised he doesn't have like a bigger YouTube account, right? Like his stuff is so funny.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, if you guys don't know who Hank Patterson is, go to YouTube to search up Hank Patterson, and then like start by watching his I think he has like 4 guys on him. He's talking about bait fishing. Maybe it's like the title something about bait fishing versus flies or stuff like that. Like that's a good way to start with those.
My favorite Hank Patterson is when he talks about bear safety. If you type in Hank Patterson bear safety, it's unbelievable.
I'm gonna have to go watch that one again after.
When do you head up north?
End of May, I think, May 26th or 27th, probably.
Season starts May 10th.
June 9th this year. You said May 10th, right? June
Yeah.
June 9th. So you know how we always used to run. Sorry, Ray's home. Tell her to come downstairs. You always used to start at like June 10th.
Yeah.
Now they started a day earlier. So now the way the July 3rd trip falls, that only one group is hitting the July 3rd and not both groups.
Gotcha.
Like they moved it by one day. So yeah. Circle hooks, pros, cons. Have you played with many circle hooks, Jay?
I'm trying to think when I've used circle hooks. I think maybe the only time I've used circle hooks. Now I've used them a little bit, like maybe for like drum or something, but like I don't know. I think
We're gonna drink. Do you want me to drink your No, not yet. Sorry, go ahead.
Is that your bartender?
Yeah, that's my bartender.
No, I don't know if I have. Maybe I did for Nile perch. I think I might use circle hooks for Nile perch, but it's like I love setting the hook. I don't know, like you don't gut hook fish that much. Like the times you gut hook fish, it's often not a surprise. It's like when a burbot slides up on your tip up and he doesn't trip the flag and he sucks the bait in for half an hour. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's so rarely like you gut hook a fish and it's a surprise, you know? And obviously you don't set yourself up to gut hook fish. You never want to gut hook a fish, but like now that I use jaw jackers instead of tip ups for stock trout, you don't gut hook stock trout. You hook them in the mouth, right? And it's just like I'm trying to think. Like all my recent gut hooking situations have been burbot.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of them. But
yeah. I tried circle hooks a little bit this year for pike for tip ups because I think it's a great idea. But I never had the right offset or whatever because I gullet hooked my first 2 or 3 fish with a circle hook, and I'm like,
really?
I'm like, if I'm using a circle hook, like I know I gave it some more time, but you want to, the idea is to let it be running and kind of like cinch down on it, right, or whatever. So I've really
I feel like their mouths are too hard for it. I feel like it'd be better for like a carp or something with a softer mouth than a pike.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never had a problem with like just the single treble with the pike type of thing since I started doing it. So how do I turn this? Here's Ray. Ray just got home. She wants to say hi. Hang out.
Ray, what's your biggest fish? It's a big lake trout, isn't it?
She can't hear because I have on here. What's your biggest fish?
For a pike, it's 47.5 inches. I was very fortunate to catch that with Clayton. My very few first times.
Don't give him too much credit.
With you. And then for trout, what was it?
47-inch lake trout.
Yeah.
She has a 47 by 28 inch lake
both my pike and lake trout personal best.
Me too, right? Like, yeah.
Nothing for walleye.
Oh no, I got a bigger lake trout. Never mind. I got a 48-inch lake trout.
Nothing for walleye yet, but that's just something to work on.
Just like a 24-inch walleye. We'll get there, right? Like.
Yeah, if you could find someone that catches big walleyes, that'd be helpful.
He says if you could find somebody that catches big walleyes, it'll be helpful. I need to get speakers for this next time. It'll be much easier.
Jay, I've never got to say yet. Congratulations to you and Sam.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And Rudy and Judy.
Clayton Jr. He's gonna name it Clayton Jr. Well, its birthday its due date is June 12th. So yeah.
Is that your birthday, Clayton? It's
June 13th. Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be so close.
I know. I was like already before you were on here. I was like telling people like, if Jay's like in labor, Jay's gonna be like, you hold on to that thing. It cannot be born June 13th. It cannot be. Because I'll hold that against you forever.
That'll be good. Then at least I'll be able to remember your birthday.
Mm-hmm. Finally, I've never gotten a happy birthday from you in 20 years. So it'd be
that's
nice.
Fair.
Finally.
I wanted, yeah.
I'm joking. I have.
At Wollaston Lake Lodge, they throw people in the water on their birthday, right? Isn't that the thing?
They do, yeah.
Wouldn't have any of it. I don't think Clayton can swim. Can you swim?
I can swim, yeah. I can swim. The first 3 years that I was up there, they try to throw you in the lake. And my first year there, I took somebody in with me, right? Second year, I took somebody in with me. The third year, I threw in 3 people before they finally got in. And it just because I hated the whole fight of it. It's not the going in the water. So then, like for my 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th year, I just jumped in off the dock. I hated the conflict of the fight, right? And then I just said, no more. I'm like, if you want to, I'm like, try to throw me in. I'm gonna probably break your nose. So and nobody's thrown me in since. So it's been good.
One of my like very memorable moments, and it's not like one specific year. And if you're going to Wollaston this year and you're a rookie, this is like your inside scoop. Is it still a thing? I guess Wollaston hasn't happened in 2 years, but
we're gonna have 11 rookie guides this year. And actually,
if you are a rookie guide watching
she's
this,
working at Wollaston this year too.
Oh, so she knows, or can I tell her?
She knows already about being thrown in, but her birthday is in
what happens
in December.
Is it July 1st or July 4th this happens? July 1st.
July 1st.
So Canada Day, all of the guides and all the staff go down to the dock and they set off fireworks and they sing "O Canada." And when you come down to the dock as a rookie guide, you want to go sit with the other people, right? But you'll notice that all the senior guides are sitting like facing the dock and all the rookie guides are facing towards the lake. And as soon as the O Canada ends, they push all the rookie guides in the water. When I was there, my sister was a rookie. She was a server. I tossed her almost into a bottom end of an engine. And anyways, it's hilarious, but it's just like madness. As soon as O Canada ends, the senior guys are just chucking.
Yeah. And this year there's going to be like half of the camp will be like new, right? So it could be a gong show.
It's fun. It's all in good fun. Everyone has a good laugh, but like, yeah, it's madness for a little bit there.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. If anybody has questions,
are you serving, Ray?
Yes. Yeah. You can hear her there. Kinda.
Yeah.
I don't have any other way to do this.
Yeah, I'm serving. I'm really excited.
Nice. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If anybody's got questions for Ray or Jay, just ask them in the comments. We can hit Baby Jay. Yeah, Ray and Jay, you guys rhyme. What's your plans for the summer, Jay? What's your biggest plans?
Yeah, my plans are a baby. That's pretty much it.
A baby, yeah, that's it. Hey, it stops at that.
No, my oh man. So like my schedule's kind of crazy until I'm traveling hard until middle of May, so it gives me a month before the baby just to be safe because I got to be there for the baby's birth. But what I'm really excited about is I'm going kayak fishing for sturgeon on the Rainy River in a week or 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm taking my kayak.
You're going from like up north straight to Rainy River. Like you're going to be on the road.
Water. Yeah. I'm going to get home, rig my boat, and then I'm going to bring my kayaks down to the Rainy, and I'm going to try to catch a big sturgeon out of the kayak, which will be madness. It's actually the catch and keep season. So you can keep one sturgeon a year between 45 and 50 inches.
Really?
So I'm going to keep one, try cooking it, probably smoke some of it. I don't know what else I'll do. Yeah. I think that'll be cool. And then I'm going to Louisiana for a couple days, some fishing. I can't really divulge exactly what's going on there, but it'll be documented, obviously. And then I get back and it's like May 15th and the due date's June 15th. So it'll be probably hanging around Lake of the Woods until baby comes. I'll be like, got my Garmin in reach, ready to go for when I got to cord and catch the baby. And
I don't think you got to cut the cord, JT.
No, Sam told me I'm cutting the cord.
No.
That's a thing.
Don't screw that up.
No, the men do it.
I'm cutting the cord. Yeah, I'm going to use the catch and cook fillet knife.
You mean you have to go in for the pregnancy thing? You can't just hang out in the waiting room, Jay?
I want to be there.
No, I'm joking.
Sam wants me to take pictures, but I don't know like how many, like like once the baby's born, but I'm just like, I don't even want to take a camera. I'm just like, I'm going to probably faint.
Probably. Question for Ray. Is Jay actually,
Clayton.
Is Clayton actually pretty chipper in the morning?
Well, I don't live at home anymore. I live in Regina for school, but when I'm around Clayton, he's always in a very good mood.
I'm the best morning person you could ever run into. I don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
I just wake up and I'm like, let's get this day going.
My mom and myself, on the other hand, no. My mom, no. But there was a question up there. Who catches more fish, Carter or Ray? Carter.
Carter, he fishes more too, right? But yeah.
I got to go to school.
She'll get to do more fishing in the future. Using a kitchen.
Who's taller, Clay or Jay? How tall are you, Clayton?
I like 6'5" or 6'6" or something.
Oh, stop! You're pretty short.
I'm not 5'6".
Dyslexic.
I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10". So Jay's taller, I think. I'm better looking, but Jay's taller.
I'm 5'11 and a half.
I'm 5'12".
I hate mornings. Real life with Mike. Heard he loves mornings. I hate mornings so much.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Jay is like the opposite of me when it comes to mornings, right? Like
Sam has like a compilation of photos of me in the morning, and she'll just like snap cell phone pictures of me when I wake up, and I'm like, I'm just like, my hair is a disaster, and I'm just like half asleep. I don't know what happens to me between going to bed and waking up, but it's not good.
all the trips that Jay and I've done, like I always remember like in the hotel rooms waking up and it's like, Jay, you're still sleepy. And like this is like an hour and a half into the day. It's like, Jay, let's get this day going.
I just look sleepy though. Like I
Yeah,
got
true.
like squinty eyes, and I always look tired. Like people always ask me if I'm tired. I am tired, 3/4 of the time, but
No, I don't mind mornings at all. Like you'll notice up at Wollaston, like I'll walk into like the kitchen at Wollaston and I'm just like, I'm cheering, like say hi everybody, like let's go. Like I don't know.
I like getting up early. I like, it feels good getting up early and having a full day and everything. It just sometimes takes a little bit, but
Yeah. Who's gonna get a dog first, Clay or Jay? Do you have any plans of getting a dog at any time?
I mean, I think if we lived in the country, maybe, which might happen, then maybe we get a dog. But right now, I think the baby kind of trumped the dog. So
Yeah. I'll probably get a dog first, hopefully. I'm hoping, but I'm sure I'm still a ways away from getting a dog. Same thing.
you haven't had it. How long has it been since you've had a dog?
It's got to be 4 years already.
I think that's the past
At least
2017.
Yeah, it'd be 4 years, I think, something like that. So I'd love another chocolate lab again, but I don't want to like have her. Yeah, right there, chocolate lab. I don't want to have another. I don't want to have it in the city, right? Like I want to be somewhere in the country or in the lake or stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Where she can roam around and do everything, right?
Jay's a cat guy.
You know what? Cats fit my traveling schedule a little bit more. I'm not opposed to a properly trained dog. I've just had a couple dogs over my life, and they've made dogs tough for me. Like Aaron had a dog named, I'm trying to think which one it was. It was either Lucky or maybe it was the one before called Simca. And the dog just like was wild.
Simca came after Lucky, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe Simcoe. Maybe Simcoe was wild, and then Sam's family has a dog named Bodie, and he's kind of wild too. And it's just like it's tough to get excited about dogs when I've just had some bad experiences with dogs. But like there's some dogs I've been around and they're so properly trained, especially like in hunting scenarios.
Yeah.
I've seen some incredible dogs that like follow every little command, and I'm like, oh man, I want a dog. But they're a little more maintenance and everything.
Yeah, no, I agree. Would you like to go elk or sheep hunting, Jay?
Yes, both.
I'd like to do the elk hunting. The sheep hunting scares me a little bit because I might be a little bit out of shape. So mountains scare me.
Sheep, you know what? Like the sheep hunting, when I was doing more filming for other people, I was like, I need to stay in good shape for the time that I get invited on a sheep hunt, because apparently that's like the most physically grueling hunt, like as far as it goes, No,
I know. I want to do some elk at some point, but I would. Here's some. North of 54 says, talk fishing, please. You ask us a fishing question and we will gladly answer it. Anything you want to know about fishing, especially Jay, he'll give away all of his secrets right now. His best musky spots, everything.
Yeah.
Everything. He'll give you the juice. Doesn't matter. I want to go musky fishing again, Jay. It was fun. I haven't done enough of it.
Musky fishing's sweet. Yeah, musky fishing's pretty good.
Pike fishing's even funner because they eat baits and stuff,
Update on the Outpost. The Outpost. I need to. You know what? The next video we're gonna do for the Outpost, it's gonna be us hauling supplies down the lake, and then it's gonna be us metal detecting, because it actually used to be an old homestead. So we're gonna bring metal detectors down, and I bet we're gonna find some crazy stuff there. Like people live there, like way back in the day.
That would be cool. That would be really cool to find, stuff that's around there. Especially wasn't. So, is there any like signs of the old homestead? Like, do you see any?
Well, it's just like it's kind of a cleared flat area, the property we bought. So it's like, I don't know if there was cattle there or what happened back in the day, but it's like when you see it, it's like, yeah, that's not normal Canadian Shield. Like people have altered that. So it's cool. Like our lot's pretty small. It's only an acre. But definitely people have lived there. So
that'd be really, really cool. What's your favorite fish, Jay? Your like number one fish to chase. And let's not, we both probably want to say tarpon. Let's say something that we actually get to like target every once in a while. Oh, we have a cat here.
Oh,
I knew you were gonna say tarpon. Oh, who's that good-looking guy there? Jeez, that's a handsome guy up there.
This picture sits by my office.
Aw, that's one of my favorite photos ever. It's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, the answer is tarpon.
I agree. Tarpon is like the ultimate fish.
And I know it's just like, it's tough because maybe it's not relatable. But that being said, it's like, I mean, Clayton put in a lot of time figuring it out and everything, but it is attainable. Like, you can drive to Florida and you can do it in your own boat. You don't need to hire a guide to do it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like, and I know it's a lot harder to like rent a boat down there and do it on your own. It's nicer to have your own boat. And I'll tell you this, if you do try to go down there and do it, salt is a killer. Like, salt water is the worst on your boats. Like, it destroys all of your electronical stuff, like your wires, everything like that. It's the worst in that sense. Like, it's better to have a plain, or just really try to clean it up good. But at the same time, we also did 90 days a year, right? So the boat lived out there the whole time. So muskies are my favorite freshwater fish. But like, that being said, I like to fish for everything. So it's like, as soon as I've been muskie fishing for 3 or 4 days, I want to go walleye fishing. As soon as I've been walleye fishing for 3 or 4 days, I'm going to go bass fishing. Then I'm going to go crappie fishing, and then I'll go carp fishing. And then, I like the variety of it, right? So I like multi-species too. I like mixing it up all the time. What's your favorite fish?
I'd have to say pike. When I caught my large one there, seeing the head jump and like fight was pretty cool. I do like catching trout, but after a while, I'm not strong enough. They fight hard. So
same with Clayton. Yeah.
But yeah, I like pike.
Yeah, that's because of the smaller lake trout you did fine with, but the bigger ones are they're a little bit for sure. No, how did you get involved with MeatEater, Jay? That's a great question.
I just well, it's funny because like Sam started watching. I told Sam about MeatEater, and she started watching MeatEater, and she like binge watched all of it and like became this diehard fan. And I watched MeatEater. I liked it. But she just consumed so much of it. So whatever, that's just like the precursor to it. And then last summer when we were out at the lake, all of a sudden I got an email, and it's like, hey, it's Miles from MeatEater, whatever, seen your stuff, wondering if you want to, be involved. And I was just like, is this legit? And then, it all just happened really fast. Like, hey, we'd like you to film a series, and we'd like you to be part of DOS Boat. And then that happened. I flew down to Virginia for one of those DOS Boat episodes. And then I filmed a season of Canadian Angle, and then filmed another season. And then this winter, I finally got to meet, because everyone, when they think MeatEater, they think Stephen Ornella right away, right? He's the face. He's the one that started it. And I had not emailed, not had talked to him at all. Like, he's a celebrity, right? He's the biggest name in the outdoor world. So like this winter, I was able to fish with him on Devil's Lake, which was super cool. And he's just a normal dude. He's cool. Got to meet him. Got to meet Cal, Seth, Chester, some of the other guys. We fished together. So that is an episode that was filmed for Netflix or wherever it's going to air. And then right now I'm filming some more stuff for Canadian Angle. But it was just super random. I mean, that's the thing about the internet, right? You never know who's watching and whatever. And
yeah. Chip wants to know what fish you haven't caught would be next. What's like your next fish? You've never caught it yet.
In canoe.
In canoe. That's a good one. I never thought about that one. Mine's pretty lame. Mine's a crappie.
You've never caught a crappie yet. I thought you had caught one yet.
I've never caught a crappie. Yeah. So mine's a little bit more attainable than yours in that sense, maybe. But
what's that one smaller fish that has the gills up at Wollaston?
Grayling.
Grayling, that's mine. I want to catch a grayling.
Goldfish, goldfish. Yeah, I'd say mine's a crappie. In canoe would be really good though. Will you guys ever start your own fish gear company? That's tough to do, Jay. Hey, like, that's just tough, but it'd be fun.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day when the stars align. Jay, you're getting a new Alumacraft this year, right? How's the boat situation?
Yeah, it's sitting at the dealership. There's just some signatures and some T's that need to get crossed and I's that need to get dotted, and
have to sell your firstborn type of thing, which isn't that.
I need to sell my firstborn to Woodlake, and then they'll. No, the boat's there though. Yeah, no, I'm excited. It was supposed to come last spring, and then COVID and everything, and it got delayed. But like, I wasn't too worried about it because I had a boat that was rigged exactly how I wanted it. So it's just like kind of like, you know, I really wanted the boat in, now or in winter, because it's just like to buy a boat in the middle of summer. It doesn't make sense to buy a boat in the middle of the season, right? Because then you got to rig it and you miss a week or two of fishing.
Yeah, no, it's what's that?
Are you pouring an iced tea?
We're having a nice tea, Jay. This is a cheers, Jay. We're having a chat here because somebody says, would you ever consider kayak fishing like Jay? No, round people don't do well in kayaks.
I got a kayak for you.
Jay, I don't know, man. Like,
hey, here's the thing. Kayaks are so stable. Like, they're rated for like 500 pounds.
It's not bad.
And like, you're gonna fall out before you actually tip it. You're not gonna tip it.
Okay, well then I'll fall out then, which will be just as awkward.
You know
what? I would kayak fish, but it's going to be if I go probably visit Jay, and then I'll use his fancy kayak, and he can have Sam's kayak or something like that.
There you go. No, kayak fishing's cool. Kayaks make a lot of sense for where I'm at because it's just like there's so many lakes that have really sketchy launches or no launches, and all of a sudden having kayaks unlocks everything, and it's a different type of fishing. It makes you like, I don't know. It's like when we started fishing, like when I started fishing, I had a 12-foot aluminum I took everywhere with a little trolling motor on the back, right? And it's like, you can do so much with that. And it's just like people get caught up and you need a big boat and all that stuff. But it's,
yeah.
Real life with Mike.
He's almost done rigging up his boat. How hard is it? I say the bigger the boat, the harder it is to rig.
Really?
Well, in the sense of you're going to have more stuff on it, right? Like Carter's boat takes like 20 minutes to probably rig it up because it's just a small little compact boat, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I think, yeah, I mean, you can always move stuff around, especially transducers. Like, for example, wanting to get if you have a live scope transducer in the back or sat imaging and you want to get it perfect so it's reading on plane, that can take a lot of messing around, and that you can only do once you're on the water. And then it's always tough because you want to get it perfect, but then if you're moving stuff around or you're switching gear, and it's just like how permanent is this, right? I think for myself, I've been in a competitor. I've probably had three different 18-foot competitors over the last couple of years, so I kind of know like what I screwed up on the last rigging and how I want to do it better. So like last time I rigged my boat, I rigged my trolling motor a little too far back on the nose, and it actually rubbed on the nose, and it just wasn't as stable as I wanted. And now I'm like, okay, well, next time I'm going to put the trolling motor a little further up on the plate. And then you'll learn where the screws are and how to take it. So every time you're rigging, if you are rigging multiple boats, I know that's not necessarily a common thing, but like you just get familiar with it. But like the best thing I can say is just kind of like taking it all apart. As much as it sucks, if you take everything apart, then you learn how to put it back together, and then you learn where every cord is. And that's why I'd suggest not getting, a dealership can rig stuff, but the thing is, if something goes wrong, you don't know where those cables are or what's going on.
Exactly.
The beauty of rigging it yourself is then you know what went wrong, and you know where that cable's going, how to fix it, how to pass it back through, where that fuse might be. And, there's something to be said for knowing,
Yeah, it's like anything else. Like the more you do it, the more you learn things, right? Like they always say, if you build a house, you're going to find things that you wish you would have did differently. And the same thing with a boat. Like the more you do it, then things get different. But it seems to go by really fast for the most part. And all of a sudden you'll get like one wire you're trying to run from the front to the back, where maybe the company or the manufacturer doesn't have like a proper tube in or something, and you fight with that, and it's like 4 hours to get this one wire through the boat, and then the rest is just like easy, right? Like it all changes in that sense.
I'm very lucky that like I live 2 minutes from a Canadian Tire now, so it's like if I am missing a piece, I can just go grab something. If you live in Melville, I don't know what there is for a convenience store, like some place in the middle of nowhere, it's like it's a pain when you're rigging and you find that you're like, oh, I need a couple more bolts, or I stripped this screw, I need another screw and all that stuff. So
yeah, no, we have a Canadian Tire that's 5 minutes too. And like the day that Carter and I filmed the video after bringing it back in the garage, we made 3 trips into Canadian Tire, right?
yeah,
Like it's like, oh man, another trip, right? But
yeah.
it's sometimes it's easier when it's that close. If you're far away from something, it's definitely better to like make a list, get everything written down, and figure it out. So found Rocky Lake this year. You're very welcome. I'm glad you got up there. That's such a beautiful lake. It doesn't get fish heavily in the winter, from what I found when I was there. So it was good. The North Manitoba like so amazing, Jay? Like, oh my goodness.
The Linders are headed up to Rocky Lake the same time that I'm going to be up there. I don't know if they.
You know what? Speaking of which, that reminded me. I got a message from somebody. I should probably reply to that. They asked me about Rocky Lake. This was Tuesday. They're heading up to Barbie, and we talked to Kevin. I was supposed to, hopefully they're not up there later. I always, you know how it is, Jay, with messages and stuff. You're like, oh yeah, I'll reply to that later, and then all of a sudden you like forget, and like a week later you're like, oh no, I forgot about that. Yeah, I probably need to do that. You guys are lucky I had to refurbish my boat. That's cool though in that sense. Like Jay obviously had a chance with the whole DOS boat thing with MeatEater. Like it's cool to like do the whole refurbish thing too, right? Like that's pretty neat.
Especially now with how the boat market is, it's pretty much impossible to find a new one, and used boats are very, very expensive. So it's just like breathing a little life into your boat is a great option. Like, redoing the vinyl or the carpet or anything. It's just,
Yeah. Did you see this Jay Nate, who is Della Bay there, who is like put a big thing out there, like looking for, he needs a kidney. He needs a kidney in the worst ways, right? So he finally put out something on social media. So I think that's cool. The fishing community is pretty good in that sense, right? Like,
yeah, that's
tough. That's tough. Like I couldn't, can happen so fast to anybody, right? Like I have no clue what's going on with this hand yet.
I was just gonna say I haven't seen his hand yet, and it is huge.
No, it's not that big, is it?
Look at how swollen you are.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Ouch.
Maybe it's gonna fall. Yeah, actually. Oh, yeah. Oh boy. Maybe it is gonna fall off. I don't know. I don't know. It's definitely scary for sure. Bad. I see both your content on Linder Media. Do you guys have a partnership? Travel Manitoba has a partnership with Linder Media, so that's probably how our content has got on there. I'm guessing anyway. I would think for the most part they'll share it with Hunt Fish Manitoba will share it with the Linder stuff. So yeah, apparently the black strain of Lakers are extremely rare. Matt told me somebody caught a nice black lake trout up with Matt at Wekusko. That's really cool. Matt's a very good guide up there. Very good. Clay versus Jay versus Pete. I'm in. That's good. Am I going to head back to Boundary Dam? I don't know. Especially if Jay wants another shot at the largemouth, champion right now. Maybe
I'm so mad at that one. Oh, I don't know. Like, yeah.
I
shocked me.
Really? I hit it quite well though. Like I hit it so well that day. Like it went so good. Like it couldn't have went any better.
I don't even know how I'd do it different. Honestly, next time if we did another one, I would just head to Minnesota.
Oh yeah. And I'd go to my one lake that I have.
I would just head across the border. I got some juice in Minnesota from
the next Jay versus Clay, you can only go within 3.5 hours of your home city. That's the rules.
That would put me to Minnesota.
Would it really?
Oh yeah, I'm like probably 2 hours from the Minnesota border.
Well, then you're gonna waste time traveling all the way down there and losing. That'd just be so embarrassing. You know what my favorite Jay versus Clay was? Honestly, the one where we did on the same lake. That was fun.
That was good.
I enjoyed the same lake thing. So, yeah.
What's your catfish's name?
Oh, catfish doesn't have a name. This is a bigger fish than Jay's ever caught, though, right here. This is how I take most of my fish pictures, Jay. I just got it's the same thing over and over again. Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, we've been going for an hour. I think we're gonna kind of wrap things up here. I think I'm gonna do another live chat here for just the members, and unfortunately, Jay, I don't know how to get you on that one because can't do that one on StreamYard yet. And I don't think YouTube has a share thing.
That's okay.
I don't think. But yeah, this again. This was fun. This was good. I miss you, Jay.
Miss you too, buddy.
Been too
Come fish
long.
Crappies are open year round in Northwest Ontario.
Crappies, and for sure I'm coming. If you get your cabin stuff going, I'm coming out there muskie fishing.
You definitely should. Yep.
I am.
Yeah, this fall it'll be ready for prime time.
I'm saving it for that. That'd be so cool to bring the boat out there and do that for a few days. Be good. I'll show you how to fish. I'll show you how to fish muskies.
I'd love that.
Awesome.
Do we do a Tigger, Judy, and
Thanks.
Rudy?
Yeah, bring your cats.
Yeah. Okay. Bring your cats. Bring the cats. Where's Judy or Rudy?
Oh, they're probably sleeping. Rudy
No.
sleeps like right on Sam's chest or on her back, and it's ridiculous.
Tigger's probably asleep. We'll do the cats next time. Tigger is unreal though. He's good. Okay. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Thanks Jay for hanging out. Thank you Ray for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thank you everybody. Cheers. Bye.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.